Alright boys, we are back and it's time to go into the Stanley Cup Finals. Year 4, we got back-to-back years now we've made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. And this time we got the Tampa Bay Lightning, the team that beat us in the 04 Finals. So it's time for revenge, alright? Now before we take a look at the Tampa Bay Lightning lineups, in the last video we had Hunter Shinkaruk who got injured and we had to reassemble the lines. Now I've already gone ahead and done it to save time for you guys. Basically, I was asking you what we should do, and for the most part, you guys were saying, bring up Chris Kreider, don't touch the first line, don't touch the third line, just bring up Chris Kreider, and put Salanin back there on the fourth line to replace Kreider, alright? So that's all that I've done. Kreider is now on the second line. The power play, it's now Sam Reinhart instead of Shinkaruk, alright? The penalty kill is Kreider again. And the special or the extra attacker is Jason Spezza, alright? So I've already gone ahead and done the line changes just so we can save time, so I don't have to be doing that, alright? Hopefully Shinkaruk comes back by game 3, definitely by game 4, alright? We're going to need him. We're definitely going to need him, alright? But now let's take a look at what kind of team the Tampa Bay Lightning are. Now, I mean, this is year 4, so I don't know if they have guys like St. Louis and LeCavalier, but you know they definitely have Stamkos still, and yes, they do. So their first line, you got Tyler Ennis, who's an 86, who's a really good 86. All right, he's probably all offense. I don't know how they got him from Buffalo. He's definitely a first liner. You got Steven Stamkos in the middle, who's going to be the best player, and they actually do still have Martin St. Louis, and he's actually still really good, 87 overall. So that first line, you know, you could say that first line is actually better than our first line, just because the wingers are both pretty good, and Stamkos is better than our center. So that first line, they're going to be able to score goals with that first line. We're going to have to try and, this might be a shootout series right here. Second line, you got Christian Huselius, who's an 84, second liner. You got Vinny LeCavalier, who's an 85. He could be a first liner, but more than likely he is a second liner. All right, and then the right winger, you got Panic, who's only an 80. So their top 6, I mean, they got like 5 really good players. They're going to be able to score goals on us. They definitely are, all right? I wonder if they have an injury there, though, because Panic doesn't look like the greatest second liner. All right, their third line, you got Ryan Malone, who's only an 80 now, Dan Terrell, who's an 80, and Teddy Purcell, who's an 80. All right, so even though it looks like those players have gotten a little bit worse, they're perfect third liners. I'm sure they're all third line forwards, so that's not a bad third line. And then the fourth line, you got they got Brendan Morrow back there on the fourth line, Horak and Karan. So, you know what? They actually have a really good offensive lineup. The only thing we have them beat in offense is depth. All right, we got the better, like, second, third, and fourth line. But they have a really good first line. I'll give it to them. They have a really good first line. And they actually have some depth as well. Just we have better depth. All right, that's the only point I'm trying to make. Defensively, oh my God, look at that. Look at their top 2. That Morrissey guy, he must be a draft pick. 87 overall offensive defenseman, and Victor Hedman, who we knew he was going to be good. 87 overall defensive defenseman. Now, they could both be top 4s still, like Morgan Riley, but they could also be top 2s. And if they're top 2s, that is freaking ridiculous, all right? You got to watch out for their power play and their power play with their first line and then their first line defensive core. Morrissey, an 87 offensive defenseman with Victor Hedman. Their first line power play is going to be very hard to stop. We got to watch out for that. But then it kind of trails off. You got Marc-Andre Bergeron, who's only an 80, and then Keith Ollie, who's only an 80 as well. And then the third line, Koek, who's a 61, and then Ello, who's a 79. So I'm guessing they probably have an injury or two. Sammy Salos probably retired right now, but Matt Carl, he's probably good enough to still be playing, and he'd be like a top 4 defenseman, so that they must have an injury or two. Or maybe they traded him away for Tyler Ennis, because he'd be a good player to get. All right, so as it looks right now, they have a really good first-line defensive core, but then their depth defensively really sucks, so this could be a shootout. They could be scoring goals, but we could be scoring goals as well. And then the goaltender, Anders Lindback. All right, so they got a good goalie, 84 overall. Starting goalie, all right. He's at best similar to Irving. All right, I'd say he's probably a little bit better. So, yeah, we got a tough battle here ahead of us. All right, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be, I know this sounds very simple and it's obvious, but whichever team can outscore the other. And whichever team can get like 3 or 4, even 4 or 5 goals a game. I could see this being a really high-scoring affair right now. Absolutely, all right? But we have them covered depth-wise, but first-line defensive core and first-line offensive, we got to give it to them, all right? So that's what I'm talking about. These guys can definitely score some goals. But last but not least, before we get the simulation started, let's check out the injury report. So we got Shinkaruk, who's coming back on the 29th. All right, so he's going to miss 2-3 games maybe. All right, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, they got 3 injuries. Derek Morris and Matt Carl, all right? And Conacher, who I don't know if he's good enough. But Derek Morris looks like he would be at worst the top 6 defenseman. He's not going to be back in time, July 6th, all right? And then Matt Carl, he's going to be back in time, May 27th. So it looks like he's only going to miss like 1 game, it looks like. Maybe 2, all right? So their defensive core will get better. All right, and then that Conacher guy, he could be maybe a 3rd or 4th liner for them. Maybe even a 2nd liner, I don't know. He could be a young gun for them, all right? So it looks like Carl's going to be back in time for Game 2, so let's try to win Game 1 and get a little bit of a lead here before they really fill out that defensive core, okay? So here we go, boys. Game 1, we have home ice advantage this time against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They had it last time. We have it this time, all right? Let's win it this time. Let's get off to a fast start in this series. Game 1, first period. All right, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Jason Spezza. Kreider gets 1 on the second line. Jason Spezza got 2. And Vinny Lecavalier, Captain Lecavalier, got 1 for them. But there you go. That's an amazing start to the series, boys. Good job. Second period. All right, there you go. Kreider again. Kreider on the second line. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This guy, he's scoring goals. I like it. All right. We have a 3-goal lead going into the third period. Irving, that's more than enough, all right? That is more than enough. Come on now, boys. Just don't allow a quick one. Just don't allow a quick one. There you go. Good penalty kill. All right, we got it. We got it. They don't score 3 goals in 5 minutes. We got it. We got it. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. That's a great start to the Stanley Cup Finals here. All right, because they're getting Matt Carl coming back in the next game or 2. All right, but we won Game 1. Very nice. And looks like Irving is still playing really good for us, so that's really good. All right, hang on 1 second here, boys. I just got to blow my nose. All right, that was much better. And you know what? I'm going to go for a sip of my drink as well. Ah, yeah, that's much better. It's nice and early right now, man. Commentaries in the morning. You got a lot of stuff going on. All right. Shinkaruk's back for Game 2. That's even better. But Kreider had 2 goals. Ooh. I don't know what I should do. I mean, he's still day-to-day, so he could get re-injured. Should I leave him out for 1 game and then bring him back? Because Kreider had an amazing game on there on the second line. Yeah, you know what? Shinkaruk, you know what? I got to do a best roster here. Hang on. Vulcan will send you. You know what? No, I got to start Shinkaruk. That'd be stupid not to start him. All right. Kreider, you did good, buddy, but I got to move you back down. You know what? I'm gonna leave you there, Kreider. All right, Shinkaruk. Where are you? Salanin, Shinkaruk. I'm going to put Shinkaruk on the 3rd line, just because that first game went so good. If Game 2 happens, even if we win it, if Kreider doesn't have a good game, then I'll switch him back up, all right? But just because Kreider had such a good game there, what's his name, Shinkaruk is still day-to-day, let's just see what happens in Game 2 before we make any rash decisions, all right? So Game 2, I mean, the lineup that we had in Game 1 was amazing, all right? We won 4-1. That's a perfect result, so let's not mess around with it here, all right? We're not going to touch that second line. First period, all right, don't score a goal. That's fine. We got 16 shots, so Lindback is playing good. Second period, all right, we got 1. Morgan Riley got 1, but Martin St. Louis got another for them. So we got a 1-goal game going into the third period. Look at the shots. My goodness gracious. Come on, boys. We've got to get 1 by Lindback. We've got to get 1 by Lindback. Oh, my God. Tyler Ennis, freaking like 17 seconds into the period. Come on, power play. Oh, my God. Come on, boys. Yes, Jerome ties it up. Captain Jerome. Come on, it's a tie game. Power play. Come on, boys. 5 minutes left. We're going overtime. We're in overtime. Game 2. Yes! Patrick Kane. He gets an overtime game winner. Oh, we needed that game. We needed that game. All right, so there you go. Huge. That was a huge game. All right, we got big goals from big players that game. We got Patrick Kane with the game winner, Jerome McGinley with the tire, and Morgan Riley. All right, so our second line didn't do anything that game, so it's time for Hunter Shinkaruk to go back on the second line. All right, I didn't want to touch the lines, but we won that game. I'm not going to say luckily, but it could have gone either way. So, and the second line didn't do anything. So let's get Hunter Shinkaruk back up there on the second line. All right. Did any injuries happen? Nope, still not. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go right back in there and put Hunter Shinkaruk back exactly where he was playing before. All right. Kreider back down to the 4th line. All right. Reinhardt. Nope. They're going to put Shinkaruk in there. There you go. Who else was it? Joe Pavelski. It was Hunter Shinkaruk. Where is he? There he is. All right. Penalty kill. It was Hunter Shinkaruk. Shinkaruk is a really good defensive category. That's why. And then the 3-man penalty kill, it was Hunter Shinkaruk as well. All right. And then the extra attackers was Hunter Shinkaruk also. He was playing everywhere. That's why I wanted to do the line changes before I started recording, man. It was a long time, all right? So, the series is going pretty good so far, all right? You know they have Matt Carl back now. You know they have Matt Carl back. And you know what? You guys probably want to see who that Conacher guy is. We'll just check it out because they probably have these guys back by now. All right. Oh, look, Conacher was actually a second liner for them. All right. So yeah, they filled out that second line a lot better now. So it's Huselius, LeCavalier, and Conacher. All right. And then Matt Carl's an 87. Ah! They got 3 87s on their team. Yeah, he's a big cog in their machine. Holy crap. All right. So they're much better now. They are much better. All right, with Conacher and Carl, those were 2 big injuries. So I don't know if they were playing in Game 2. They might have been, but you know they're in fact playing in Game 3. So, I mean, all we have to do is win 2 games in 4, right, boys? So let's just do it. Let's just do it. Come on now. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Let's just take a stranglehold around this series, all right? We're back in Tampa Bay. I don't care if they have their 2 players back. We're the better team. This is our year. First period. All right, we got 2. We got 2. There you go. Vinny LeCavalier got a shorty. I hate shorties, but, oh, we got a shorty back. All right, fair enough, 50-50. And then Joe Pavelski got 1, all right? So, damn, the power play coaches are tearing their hair out right now. Second period. All right, we got 2. Yes, we got 2 again. Conacher got 1 for them, but Jerome, McGinley, and Kreider. There we go. All right, Irving, man, you got the routine set in place. All right, we're starting the third period on the power play. All right, let's just... I don't care what happens. I just don't allow 2 goals in this third period, all right? Let's go a long time before you allow the first one, if you allow the first one at all. And offense, I mean, you guys have already scored enough for us this game, but it'd be nice if you can get a 5th. It'd be nice, all right? I'm just saying, it'd be nice. Come on, boys. Couldn't get a power play goal. No, I didn't want a quick one. Dan and Terrell gets, oh, come on. Vinny LeCavalier, you've got to be kidding me. They get 2 goals before, like, the 15-minute mark. No, Irving. Come on. Come on, boys. Yes! Kreider! 2-goal performance again. Oh, yes! Empty netter for Jason Spezza. Oh, my God. Chris freaking Kreider. Irving! You jerk! Allowed 4 goals on 21 shots, man. That could have been a freaking... Oh, my God. That could have been a momentum-swinging game right there. They wouldn't have been in trouble if they didn't lose that game. You allowed 2 goals before, like, the freaking 15-minute mark, man. Oh, the routine got broken up right there. You can thank Kreider for that. You better buy him dinner after that game. All right, Chris Kreider, another 2-goal performance. What a Stanley Cup final this guy is having, all right? Being bounced around back to the 4th line, but the 4th line seems to agree with them. All right, so there you go. We got 6 goals that game. All right, our offense is definitely scoring goals for us. All right, so there you go. Irving allowed way too many goals that game, but you know what? Our offense stepped up for Irving. Irving had 1 bad game right there, and our offense got him 6 goals. That's what a good team does, all right? So here we go, boys. The Stanley Cup is in the building. Even though we're in Tampa Bay, I don't care. Let's just end this right now, all right? The first round was 7 games. The second round was 6 games. The third round was 5 games. This could be 4 games. So come on, boys. Stanley Cup is in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, man. Let's just sweep them. Let's completely embarrass them from last time. All right? First period. All right, 0-0. You know they're going to be playing good. Second period. All right, we got 2. We got 2. Sam Reinhart and Jerome McGinley. Jerome McGinley is in position to have the game-winning goal. All right, so here we go. Third period. Third period. Regular simulation. Come on, Irving. Come on, Irving. 17 minutes left. I smell it. Yes! Hunter Shinkaruk with a shorthanded goal. Could that be it? Could that be it? 7-6, 5 minutes left. Calgary. Yes! Empty netter for Spezza. It's over. It's over. The Calgary Flames are your Stanley Cup champions. They sweep the Tampa Bay Lightning in 4 games. And Jerome McGinley gets the game winner. The second goal of the game. He gets the game winner. He captains the Calgary Flames to their Stanley Cup. They take revenge over the Tampa Bay Lightning. They avenge last year's defeat in the Stanley Cup Finals. And Jerome McGinley has a 2-point night when he wins the Stanley Cup. Irving only allows 1 goal against. Hell yeah. That's how it's done, boys. That's how it's done. Not even close. We swept them in freaking 4 games. Unbefreaking-leavable. All right, hang on 1 second. I got to blow my nose once again. Oh, we win it. We win it. I thought this series was going to be a lot harder than it was, especially with the lineup that they had. But, man, they didn't score goals. Irving played good. The one game that they did score goals, we scored more, all right? So, there you go, boys. That's what I like to see. My goodness gracious. So, by year 4, we've gone from a horrible rebuild to the best team in the NHL. President's Trophy and Stanley Cup. You couldn't ask for more, right? So let's check out the player stats. Let's see who did good for us. Chris Kreider had an amazing Stanley Cup final right there. Oh my God, did he ever step it up. All right, so here you go. Here's forwards. All right, so Patrick Kane, he stepped it up, 21 points in 22 games. Barchese, 20 points. Jason Spezza, 20 points. Shinkruk, 16. All right, these guys played great. Where's Kreider? Kreider, 9 goals in 21 games. Was he, third on their team for goals? What a Stanley Cup final he had, man. Oh, my God. He really stepped it up there. All right. Jerome, he only had 8 points, but I think he came into the series with only 3 points. So he had 5 points in 4 games. He had 4 goals in 4 games. 4 goals, 2 assists in 4 games. Or 3 goals, 2 assists in 4 games. Yeah, Captain Iginla stepped it up. Like a good captain. You might have just seen Jerome Iginla's last game as a Calgary Flame as well. But what a game it was. TJ Brody, 13 points. Cronwall, 11. He definitely helped out our team in the final. All right. It was a great asset to pick up for our Stanley Cup run. But the man of the hour, Leland Irving, goals against average below 2. He was 16-6 in the playoffs. All right. His save percentage was 92.87. He had that one bad game where he allowed like 4 goals on 21 shots. But one bad game out of like 22, or 2 or 3 bad games out of 22, whatever, Irving. You earned yourself, and I hope you get yourself the Conn Smythe. I do. I must say, I think he deserves it. All right? So there you go, boys. Year 4 was a success. We still have 1 more year ahead of us, all right? But we've done it. We've turned the Calgary Flames around from being the worst team in the NHL to officially the best team in the NHL, all right? So there you go, Calgary. Go party tonight. But we have a big year coming up this year, all right? We got to repeat. So any thoughts going into the offseason, let me know. Ha ha ha. Celebrate, boys. Have a celebration.